Ever wondered where it all began? Who created the first video game? Let's take a trip back in time to the 1950s, an era of scientific discovery and innovation. This was when the first video games were being conceptualized and created, not by game designers, but by physicists. In the heart of this revolution were two pioneers, William Higginbotham and Steve Russell. Higginbotham, a nuclear physicist, was the first to introduce the world to the concept of video games. His invention was a simple game called Tennis for Two, created in 1958. It was played on an oscilloscope and used basic physics principles to simulate a game of tennis. It was a far cry from the immersive, high-definition games we see today, but it was a start. On the other side of this origin story, we have Steve Russell, a computer scientist and one of the founding fathers of the gaming industry. He gave us Space War, the first game intended for computer use. Space War was a two-player game where each player took control of a spaceship and attempted to destroy the other. This game was more complex than Tennis for Two, and it laid the groundwork for the development of the gaming industry. These early games were basic in design and concept, but they were instrumental in sparking interest in video games. They demonstrated the potential of using computers for entertainment, paving the way for the gaming industry we know today. The story of video game creation is a testament to the power of curiosity and innovation. It's a story of individuals daring to dream, to experiment, and to create something new. These pioneers didn't just invent games, they created a new form of entertainment, a new way of storytelling, and a new industry. And so, from these humble beginnings, gaming has evolved into an industry worth billions. It's a journey that started with a simple game of Tennis for Two, and a space battle between two pixels, and has led us to the immersive, interactive, and incredibly diverse world of gaming that we know and love today. As technology advanced, so did video games. But do you know which came first, the arcade or the home console? The 1970s marked a significant surge in the popularity of video games, with the rise of arcade games leading the charge. These coin-operated machines started popping up in public places, captivating audiences with their bright lights, catchy sounds, and engaging gameplay. In fact, it was during this era that some of the most iconic games made their debut. Take Pong, for example. Released by Atari in 1972, this simple yet addictive game of virtual ping pong quickly became a sensation, drawing crowds to arcades and firmly establishing video games as a form of mainstream entertainment. But Pong wasn't the only game to make waves in the 70s. Space Invaders, a game that had players fend off waves of invading aliens, also took the world by storm. Its success further propelled the arcade game industry and solidified its place in popular culture. However, the 1970s saw another significant development in the world of gaming, the advent of home consoles. The Magnavox Odyssey, launched in 1972, was the first of its kind. It brought the excitement of arcade games into the comfort of living rooms, allowing people to play their favorite games without needing to step out of their homes. This era also witnessed the inception of some of the most iconic companies in the gaming industry. Atari, the creator of Pong, was one such company that played a pivotal role in the rise of video games. Then there's Nintendo, a company that started off manufacturing playing cards but eventually found its calling in video games, shaping the industry in ways few could have predicted. The 1970s and 80s were truly a golden era for video games, setting the stage for the industry we know today. From humble beginnings in arcades and on home consoles, video games have evolved into a multi-billion-dollar industry, captivating players worldwide and continually pushing the boundaries of technology and entertainment. The 90s brought about a digital revolution, but how did this impact gaming? This decade was not only a game changer, but a game creator, shaping the landscape of gaming as we know it today. The allure of the arcade began to fade as home consoles and personal computers gained traction. A new era was ushered in, with games that were no longer confined to public spaces but could be enjoyed in the comfort and privacy of one's own home. The shift was monumental, and it marked the beginning of a significant evolution in gaming culture. At the heart of this evolution was the rise of PC gaming. The personal computer offered a level of versatility that consoles couldn't match. It was a platform that allowed developers to experiment, to push boundaries, and to create games that were more complex and engaging than ever before. But the real game changer was the advent of the internet. The World Wide Web opened up a whole new world of possibilities for gamers. It was no longer a solitary activity. Instead, it became a social experience, connecting players from all corners of the globe. This was the birth of online multiplayer games, a phenomenon that would forever change the face of gaming. Landmark games like Doom and World of Warcraft emerged, establishing new standards for the industry. Doom pioneered the first-person shooter genre, with its immersive gameplay and groundbreaking graphics. World of Warcraft, on the other hand, took the concept of multiplayer gaming to a whole new level, creating an expansive virtual world that players could explore together. These games weren't just popular, they were influential. They set the stage for the future of gaming, paving the way for the countless multiplayer and first-person shooter games that would follow. The digital revolution marked a shift in how we play games, moving from the arcades and into our living rooms. It was a seismic shift, one that forever altered the gaming landscape, turning it into the thriving, dynamic industry that we know today. Gaming has come a long way since Tennis for Two, but where is it headed next? Well, the horizon of gaming is as vast as our imagination. Virtual reality, or VR, is already here, transporting players into immersive worlds where they can explore, interact, and experience narratives in a whole new way. But it doesn't stop there. Augmented reality, or AR, is poised to bring the game into our world, blending the digital and the physical to create a seamless gaming experience. Meanwhile, the mobile gaming industry is booming, bringing games to our fingertips anytime, anywhere. In the same vein, cloud-based gaming is a rising trend, providing high-quality gaming experiences without the need for expensive hardware. It's like having a high-end gaming PC in your pocket. From the simple games of the 1950s to the immersive experiences of today, gaming has come a long way. But one thing's for sure, the future of gaming is brighter than ever.